aliens, Bible proof of alien contact, and that is by the History Channel. So I'm gonna do a quick reaction on that, and it's gonna prove that these serpent people actually exist, or rather exist. Let's get into it.
According to an ancient Jewish interpretation of the Bible, known as the Kabbalah, Adam was created from a human-like race that already existed on Earth. There are some who believe this points to the genetic engineering of Homo sapiens.
And it's validated that Adam and Eve were not the only two humans on Earth. That's validated in the Bible if you actually read it when they say that Cain and Abel went off. Cain killed Abel, and then Cain went off and got married. So who did he marry? It was other human beings on the planet. So let's get into it. And we call them serpent people. And in the Bible, they talk about a serpent with Eve. So at the end of the day, serpents been around since the beginning of time. You know, they've been around since the beginning of time. Okay, okay, it wasn't an apple. It was okay.
But perhaps most remarkable of all is the creation story of the Sumerians, who are believed by most mainstream archaeologists to be the earliest human civilization on Earth. Approximately 4,000.
But that we can agree that the serpent people been around since the Bible, since the Asian people with the actual dragons. Like it's a part of history. The serpent people serpents is a part of history. Some would say dinosaurs are actual serpents. So it's been around. Serpents, you know, the when I say serpents, meaning that the slithery skin, you know.
1,000 years ago, the Sumerians recorded stories about powerful beings called the Anunnaki, who descended to Earth from the sky. One of these figures was known as Enki.
And see, this is why I always say it's a snake that can speak. It's swimming in our atmosphere. This is why I always say, guys, that you know, everybody got their own lane, and you know, their own lane to the Most High, and that's because with the different uh beings that actually people actually had interactions with, you know, you can't discredit them for what they seen. You can't discredit them for what the ancient people say they saw. You can't discredit that because they discredit that because we were not here to see what they seen or see what they didn't see. You know, and so in those temples and in those mountains that they got little written fact artifacts and things of that nature, if they believe they only drew what they seen. So that's why I say you can't discredit no civilization, what they believe. You got to respect it, but you also got to understand that there's a Most High too. So you know, at the end of the day, that's why I always say the Most High, because I don't want to discredit nobody else for what they believe in.
And according to author Zechariah Sitchin, who spent years studying the Sumerian cuneiform tablets, Enki is the equivalent of the serpent in the Garden of Eden.
Enki is the god of technology of the Anunnaki.
See, that's the problem. You know, when they say technology, technology is real. You know, we utilize it, but it's really, really the detrimental of human beings. Because at the end of the day, look at the world. Look at the world. You know, look, you got Palestinians and Israel fighting. You got Sweden over there burning Qurans, fighting with Islam. You got America, mass shootings everywhere. You know, you got chaos everywhere. You got people in other countries that don't want to live in their countries because they feel like it's not livable. So you have a lot of different things going on in the world right now that the world is beyond stressful. You know, people are beyond stressful. So many things are transpiring. Kids can't be kids no more. You got to teach kids how to be a kid. You got to teach kids, you know, what they was born as, what they identify as. You know, it's just the world is in a dark place. You know.
Zechariah Sitchin noticed that Enki was symbolized by a serpent, and he made the simple leap to suggest that he, in fact, is the serpent in the Garden of Eden that was responsible for putting us on our current path of evolution. Enki altered our human DNA.
It said Enki is the actual serpent. You know, some people actually think that the serpent was enlightenment. You know, that's the crazy part about it. You know, I ain't gonna say that. That's their charge. But some people think that the actual serpent was enlightenment. That the serpent brought us technology and brought us to where we ever evolved to and things of that nature. So the world is so confused and so divided right now, based upon historical events. You know.
In order to awaken us and to illuminate us, ancient astronaut theory proposes that this actually is extraterrestrial intervention. That as the Egyptian and Sumerian stories tell us, beings came from other worlds and activated that part of our brain that
Venus.
makes
I read it. I just can't say it.
us human.
So that that was a conclusion of a live that, and this is my disclaimer underneath section 107. I utilize this video for teaching and entertainment and educational purposes. This is my disclaimer because I got at the bottom of the screen right now. I got a heads up. We detected the copyright audio video on your stream. Your stream may be temporarily unavailable or not. So I'm putting on my disclaimer. On the section 107. This is an educational, learning, entertainment purpose. On the section 107. This is my disclaimer. But you guys see the snakes? They hiss a lot. I think if I come across one of those things, if I came across a human farmed headed snake, I probably try to cut the head off. You know, I probably would try to cut the head off myself. If I came across, like a horse with a human body, I probably would try to get rid of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, even though I know that might not sound right, but I mean, just the way I grew up and the way I was raised, those things or those entities, it don't mean me no good. So I probably would try to get rid of it. That's just the way I see it. They live in the southern Missouri Ozonkos and can be caught on camera with very short words. It's painful to hear. Well, the other night I was asleep and I woke up and they had a dog shadow standing right over me. And I looked at it and I triple taked and I was like, man, what in the world? And I realized that, we actually enduring those type of things. It's entities that's roaming the earth. It's real shapers that's roaming the earth. We don't know because the definition of an alien is something in a different form from you. So all these animals, fish, everything, they're actually aliens to us because they're in a different form from human. You know. I tell you what, Latel. Um, I tell you what. Which one? Which one? I mean, I'm gonna go to your channel right quick. I'm about showing people love. Okay. Which one? This one right here? This one? That one right there? I guess you're talking about that one.
Please look at how you are utilizing your social media on a day-to-day basis. Please look at your mind. Think about how your mind is. Think about your thinking process.
This is from Lightel, guys. Lightel, he's actually in the chat right now. This is his channel. This is his video. So we're gonna go ahead on to see what he talking about. What he putting out to the world, exposing.
Think about
Hey, salute to I see you on the channel all the time, Lightel.
your soul and your spirit. Think about your moves. Do you find that you're constantly sad? Do you find that you're all the time anxious? Do you find that you're fearful? Do you find that you're angry all the time? Do you find that you're just wanting to lash out? Do you know that is a trick of the enemy to cause you to be deceived?
We kind of knew something bad could happen.
Chamath Palihapitiya, a former Facebook executive once in charge of user growth, now says he has.
Yeah, I remember this guy. He was talking about how AI, how social media actually it's not doing what it was designed to do. It's actually harming people because people have created avatars and things of that nature.
Tremendous guilt about the social network he helped build.
We have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works. People need to hard break from some of these tools and the things that you rely on. The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works.
Social media and women. I believe that social media has destroyed the modern day woman. We have many things that have contributed to it. Feminism, reality television shows, the entertainment industry. But social media has done so much damage to the way women are. If we could just take that away, I think we might have some fighting chance. But
look how you see that on this video, on Latel video, they got the women being masculine and the men being feminine.
Has done so much damage to the way women are. If we could just take that away, I think we might have some fighting chance. But I would do anything to go back to the days where we had no social media. I'd give up YouTube because I love YouTube. I'd give it all up to go back to the days where I either had a pager or a basic cell phone that just made phone calls.
The enemy is running to and fro across all of social media to see who can.
This video is on Latel channel. That's Ligthel. Latel, I know you're still in here. Put a comment so the people can see.
Devour. Social media is one of his biggest tools to deceive people through lust, through greed, through hatred and division. And he uses it well.
Pamela, ¿sí la despierta? Pamela. ¿Despierta? ¿Quién?
That's a child. Wow. That's a child like child possessed.
¿Por qué?
You don't realize it, but you are being programmed.
Social media is making us unsocial. Social media is killing relationships. Social media is replacing experiences.
Rebecca? Yeah? Just relax for a minute. Yeah? You will call yourself the keeper, speak to me. In the name of Christ, you speak to me.
Y'all go sub to Latel channel.
Why? You let her go. You let her go. Why? Let her go. She belongs to me. Not forever. I will take care to guide her, and to lead her. Jesus Christ came here to die for her. She has not yet made that choice. She will make that choice, and you know very well it's a miracle that she called it. It's a miracle she called it, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Someone out there was praying for her. Well, that's your problem.
I'm reading y'all comments. Okay, I know where all that's going at. Let me fast forward a little bit.
Man. And this is so real, man. But it's a lot of really hardworking black dudes, good dudes, who work hard, man. And they're the most unappreciated dudes. Like, it's crazy. Because I see them at the college. And like, they work so hard, bruh.
Men that seem to have the swag or the style of a gangster or a b-boy, a thug, whatever, as opposed to like a college grad Guy speaks well. He's a lawyer. He's a professional. Why does it seem like that guy that's more the gangster appeals to black women more so than the professional?
My opinion, I'm actually attracted to the thug kind of guy.
Honestly, they don't like, man. They can.
Now, see, I'm gonna pause it right there, and I'm gonna speak on this. Um, basically, and salute to you, Latel, for posting this video. Basically, most women nowadays, are attractive to guys that the positiveness of a man has to be gone. You have to be have a lack of respect to some degree, because in order for you to gain the world riches, you got to do negative deeds to some degree. It's very hard for somebody to come up from having nothing and become something, and that's a long ride. You know, you in order for you to come up from nothing and have something, you got to really be put in a position to have something prior to, and to start from scratch to come up from nothing to having something. While you got women out here who's actually choosing guys who's doing all type of devilish things to get what they got, or all type of influential negative things, you know, to get what they at. Meaning rap music, for example, lot of rap music got murderous, robbing, degrading women. If a bunch of negativity, and these are things that actually people are interested in.